What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
What's up, everybody? You know what time it is. It's about to be time for a chapter everybody's had for a week. Alright, we're going to discuss 1090. I have remained unspoiled. So, the only thing I know is that Kizaru is in it, but why wouldn't Kizaru be in it? So that's not really a spoiler to me. Oh, man. I'm excited to finally get back into some One Piece. During the episode stream last night, I think someone said that there's another break. I didn't inquire further, but is that true? Ian said, how do I sub on mobile? There is a link in the description that should link you to the page. Yes, break again. Ah! Okay. Yeah, there it is. New chapter coming in 14 days on this. Alright. So, shout out to everybody in here. Thank you for joining me today as we embark on chapter 1090. Like, comment, subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. We're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna get started today. Alrighty. We've got Captain Kuro on the front page here. Reader request, not a cover story. Man sitting around with a cat. And all of the cats have glasses. Alright. So I can see off so I can see right from the start that Luffy has taken the transponder snail. Right? Now, this is what we were talking about last week. I was like, okay, Luffy needs to pick up that phone. Well, not last week, 2 weeks ago. This is the first time that any of them are near a phone with the Gorosei on the other line. They don't know these guys exist. They've never had interactions with these guys. I mean, maybe they know they exist, but they've never had an interaction with them. This is the first time that they're having an interaction. And I said, Luffy needs to be Luffy, and he needs to pick that phone up and say, hey, I'm Luffy. I'm going to be king of the pirates. I'm coming after you guys. So hopefully that's what we're getting here. Hello, this is Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will be king of the pirates. Here we go. That's what I wanted, Oda. I didn't need to wait 2 weeks for it, but that's what I wanted.
Another one.
We have Dr. Vegapunk. If you value York's life, move all your ships away from the shore. If you value York's life, oh, this is a different type of Luffy. This man really is embracing the hostage lifestyle. This really just turned into a hostage negotiation. Real quick. Okay. Wow, help me. He's a true monster, just as evil as the stories say. What does this mean? What's happening here? The World Economic Journal. Shout out to Vivi making an appearance in the chapter. Oh, they're getting that scoop. Vivi can't believe it. Starting to spin things in her head like, oh man, what has 2 years done to him? Have I been wrong? Is he really a monster now? You are Straw Hat Luffy? Who is still alive in there? Well, some folks are injured and... Luffy, no. A woman's voice. Nico Robin? Everybody was like, where's Robin? Where's Robin? There she is. She's sitting right there. She's sitting right there. I said, don't worry. Don't worry about Robin. Information is a weapon. Don't hand your enemies weapons. Oops, sorry. But hey, they're gonna move the ships now. No, they won't. How dumb do you think the Navy is? We got Saturn. There are 3 things we must retain. York's safety, the Punk Records brain, and the power plant that creates the Mother Flame. Everything else is disposable. Next page. But Rob Lucci's group is in there, as well as the other Cypherpole agents. Speak of the worst case scenario. Don't lose sight of our highest priorities. Yes, sir. Think of human lives as nothing more than insects. They will always breed more to make up for any loss. Savagery. Savagery is definitely on display today. This man's lived a long time. It's a good character moment. It's a good character moment. Let's set our villains where they need to be. Let's put them on that bad pedestal. You realize what you've done? I have an agreement with the 5 elders. If you hurt me at all, this whole island will go up in smoke. Just like O'Hara. Wow, that hurt. How could you? I'm gonna tell on you to the 5 elders. Do it. Make my day. She's acting like a child. Hey, whoa. She's unarmed. Feeling okay, Robin? Robin looks like she took some damage. Oda, why are you off-screening the brilliance? She didn't fight for 16, 17 years, what was it? And then her next fight after Black Maria's off-screened? She looks like she threw down. Like she took the most damage out of everybody. She had her nothing happened moment, and we didn't see it. Nothing happened. All right. Yes, Chopper, thanks to you. Don't butter me up, you jerk. Chopper was with her. Chopper looks fine. What was Chopper doing? Just look at the state of me. Remember, I was up against 2 Seraphim. Oh, there's Kaku. Kaku is in bad shape. Yeah, go back to sleep. Shaka. Pythagoras. Edison. Edison's still alive, Lilith. Edison is still alive. Alright. Barry's happy. Shaka and Pythagoras, on the other hand. That is implying that there were some deaths. The arms of the angels fly away. 4 seriously wounded. 2 Vegapunks dead. Confirmation. Ooh. Man. Oda. He's not playing in the final saga. The Straw Hats are... What's that, Lucy? Talking to myself. Next page. Okay. You guys behaving yourselves down there? Labafay's basement. All the Cypherpole agents are grubbing down. Thanks for the food. You're our saviors. I feel alive again. Now just let us out of here. Sorry, can't do that. Can we at least get a change of scenery? It's kind of freaky with them right over there. But the Seraphim are on our side. What if they go haywire? They're safe, right, Vegapunk? Of course. Those are bubble balls. They are made of the same material as the Pacifista MK3's bubble shields. Sea energy is incorporated into its materials, confirmation that sea energy affects the Seraphim. So that means, that would imply that Kairoseki works on them and that they probably cannot swim. See Dax in the chat. What's up? Making it the perfect weapon for trapping power users. Dare you trap me in this thing, said S-Hawk. Well, that's good to know. Thought they were just bubbles. You can rest assured, we have not received any orders to kill you. We have no interest. You don't? I guess we're okay. Be that as it may, I'm grateful to you, Snake. What is Frankie grateful for? Oh, yeah, because Frankie was stoned. You relieved us from your stone. You released us from your stone powers. Strange. That shouldn't be part of her programming. Hey, Hancock, they're my friends. Please, you gotta undo it. All right, and as expected, as theorized, the Hancock Seraphim also listens to Luffy. You're the only one who can save them, please. Alright, I do it. Just stop looking right at me. Even the actual Hancock, a real nasty piece of work, can't turn down a request from Luffy. How funny that her Seraphim is the same way. Yes, the information transmitted through bloodline elements when producing clones is really most fascinating indeed. Yeah. Let's get those likes up, people.
Come with me if you want to live.
Thanks a lot for that, Hancock. Did he just say he's in love with me? Stella, we've restored the communication system. The Frontier Dome still won't open. Can't escape without the barrier receding. It's pointless. There's an encryption code on it. Wahahaha. Your work is trying to throw cards on the table. And my brain isn't synced to all of yours, so you won't get it from me. Confirmation that she has not been syncing. Another theory and thing that we've been talking about. Oh yeah? We'll see about that. Hahaha, I am under the protection of the code and the world itself. Could sure go for some food right now. Confirmation that Stussie's alright. We're completely surrounded on all sides, Stella. There are 100 ships of various sizes, about 30,000 men, I'd guess. It's quite the ordeal, then. Welcome back, Miss Stussy. Would you like a coffee? Nami, right? You're the navigator? Look at Vegapunk. Ingratiating himself with everybody. Learning names. Gotta love it. Yep, that's me. Log pose hasn't recorded the signal yet. But we still have one steady needle from Wano we can still use. Elbaf. 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 Steady needle. Elbaf. It's not gonna be Winter's Island. What do we need to go there for? We don't need to go there. We don't need to go there. We're going to Elbaf. Fable's in there saying it's time. It's time. The needle is pointing to the land of giants. It's pointing northeast of here. That'd be Elbaf then. Confirmation. Look at that. I don't even have to look at these panels. Elbaf. We're finally going. It really is time. It's time. I don't know why the official is putting a PH on it, though. Like, that completely completely ruins the whole point of it being Fable backwards. But, yeah. The Isle of Giants at last. We got Luffy and Usopp doing a little song and dance in the back. Elbaf, Elbaf, everybody's huge because they're giants. Oh, don't give me that look. Fortunately, your ship is currently here at the lava phase, but the Navy ships are waiting along every bit of coastline. We can't leave via the port. Now, we talked about why we would go to Elbaf in the first place. We are almost 1,000 chapters from the introduction of Elbaf into the story. Garden. We will be in Elbaf when it is 1,000 chapters from Little Garden. Which is in it's like between 114, 117, somewhere around there. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to necessarily have to wait until the 1,000 chapter anniversary to get to Elbaf, but we'll be in Elbaf when we hit it. We can't leave via the port. Alright. The northeast direction we'd be heading is on the backside of the island. Good thing that your ship is with the Vega Force 1. We're going to be rocketing out of here. Look at Robin's face when they mention Elbaf. She's just kind of in the corner like, oh. Need some water, guys. We could use the Vega Force 1 to simply fly over the Navy's blockade, ideally. That's a great plan, but that's too easy, so I don't think that that's going to work. But the robot can only fly in the airspace over Egghead. Once you leave, it will fall to Earth. Okay, good. I'm getting ahead of Oda here. I'm getting ahead of the man. No problem. That's where we can use Kuda Burst to fly even further. If we fly a kilometer away, none of them will be able to catch us. What? A ship that can fly a whole kilometer? Hell, let's do that! Flies on Cola. On Cola? Okay, so this is where Vegapunk is going to be like, hey, you know you don't have to use Cola, right? Come over here. Step into my lap. Let's talk. Perfect. But we still need to deactivate the Frontier Dome first.
And I won't tell you the code.
Barry said, like the stream, ready the Savage ship in case Casa de Troy needs a quick escape from Hurricane Hillary. Yep. Rain has already started. Hopefully we don't lose power during the stream. Alright, let's crack this thing. Never play mind games with Vegapunk. Look at that. They're all serious. They've entered serious mode. Aqualagna is coming. Oh man, don't start. Alright. Lilith. I want you to use the Vega Force 1 to ... Let's go move the ship around the back. We gotta hurry. The barrier could come down at any moment. Good point. Means we can escape, but also that the enemy can attack us. I'll admit it. This is my first time ever leaving the island. Someone's coming with. It ain't a field trip. Whatever it is, we don't have enough food on board. I agree. We'd eat it all in a day. I suggest more pizzas. But why don't they just bring one of the McDonald's machines on board? Cheese is enough. Sanji can make it into pizza on his own. He's pretty cool, huh? And a good cook. And a good fighter. Ooh. Sanji gas? From Bonnie? Let me find out. What happened? What happened in the past 24 hours? cool, huh? Good cook and a good fighter. Bonnie, you trying to ride? Trying to jump onto the cruise? Soreto, you want to be our friend? Why are you so cheerful all of a sudden? It's weird. Why is she cheerful? Thinking about Sanji? Okay. Yeah, I decided I won't kill Vegapunk anymore. I guess crying all night helped you feel better, huh? Yo, Luffy is a sav. I wasn't crying. Transmission from Rob Lucci. We've got details on what's happening inside. Share these with all ships. Do you hear that, Borsellino? It's about time we saw Kizaru. The chapter's named after him. Yeah, drop those Sanjis in the chat. I see Seb there. I did. He talked a big game like he was in control. But it seems like they're actually trapped inside. Frontier Dome is a laser defense system, correct? And you are light. Can you get inside? Quite frankly, I can. But a good friend of mine is defending Vegapunk below it. So leap over him. Well, that's not a very sporting thing to do when a man is making a principled stand like that. I prefer to play this one by the book. And you should know that when we attack, it will mean that countless sea beast weapons and so pacifistas under and 50 will mean that countless sea beast weapons and 50 pacifistas under Centaur's command will start sinking our ships in response. There's going to be a heavy cost to this. Time is of the essence. It's the power plant. Rob Lucci is a very capable agent. He sent all of the information I wanted to know. Brandon said Luffy thinks Bonnie is sus. Hashtag Katarina DeBon. Ooh, I didn't even think about that yet. We'll go back to that for sure. Alright. Prepare for battle, prepare for battle, prepare for battle, prepare for battle. Alright. If you can use the 6 powers, make for land when the battle starts. Liberate the captive Cypherpole agents. There's Nana Quinn. We got Gilly Chin. Roger that. Cannons are worthless against the pacifistas. There's Buddy Coop. Some of the Sea Beast weapons, yes sir. Gigi Nuki. You know we named these guys. Ooh, this is fun. It's Sky Island ground. Take it seriously. Look, there's the Sunny. Alright. Yata no Kagami. Our boy is moving at the speed of light. Zooming. Oh man. Pacifistas. Eliminate all hostiles. Setomaru was like, I was hoping you'd do that. It's time. Here I go, Setomaru. My defense is the world's greatest, but that's Kizaru. So let's find out. Light from below. Someone's here. Somewhat strong. Luffy's got PTSD! I need more. I need more! Oda. Oda's the king of I need more. Oh, man. Alright. So, let's see what this chapter did, right? Well, you know, it gets an automatic, like, 10 points for showing the big news Vivi and Wapple moment. Love that it shows that, you know, they're listening in, they're tapping the phone, which is fun. We had our conversation with the Gorosei. Robin had to tell Luffy to shut up. He's giving away too much. I want to know what sort of battle Robin and Kaku got into. Kaku was up against 2 Seraphim. I need that Robin flashback. Like, I'm mad. I'm mad. Seraphim are definitely getting out of those balls.
You loyal.
Shout out to Yamil, member for 27 months. Oda skipped Ramen, taking down the Seraph herself. Fable said next chapter, Rayleigh saves Sentomaru. Oh yeah. So they're gonna have to put their defenses down so that they can actually get Vega Force 1 to get them into the water. I'd actually really love if while they were doing that, something stopped them and the Sunny actually fell, and the Sunny actually falls right as, like, I would love it if something happens to Vega Force 1 and then the Sunny drops right in the middle of all 100 warships, and then they gotta figure out how to get Kuda Burst working again so that we just have this naval battle for a little bit. Get some guys onto the ship. Let's really gotta up the danger here. I mean, granted, the danger has been sufficiently upped just by Kizaru now touching ground on the island and phase through the barrier, which is crazy. You know, I liked what Brandon brought up about, you know, Bonnie maybe being Katarina Devon. Obviously, we know that the Blackbeard Pirates have to play some sort of a role here. But the thing is that Bonnie is frequently shown eating pizza, and then her line saying, you know, suggesting pizza does suggest to me that Bonnie is Bonnie. But something happened, either from Kuma's memories and kind of sitting on everything and, you know, realizing maybe even what Kuma had done for the Straw Hats is allowing her to kind of put her guard down. The problem is that we didn't get the journey to get to this moment, so that's why it's not only weird to us, but it's also weird to Luffy. The journey of character development is the best part of character development. So, another reason to be a little upset with the time jump here. But the fight's about to start. Kizaru is obviously going to just demolish Sentomaru. But
Savage.
That Luffy face, though. I love that. Shout out to Barry. Who said, Loggy Doggy said that the Frontier Dome has been at 100% since before
Savage.
the Blackbeard Pirates got there. They said Kizaru is the only one who could break through. Yeah, but we also still don't know what Lafitte's power is. And that's, that's something that Oda could definitely, like, show that he was saving because there's something that Luffy can do that can get him inside or something. Shout out to Alejandro Salas, who said, so if feelings are inside someone's DNA, and then that means that they can just be made the clone 2 years ago after Boa fell for Luffy. It wasn't love at first sight. Okay. I see what you're saying. So you're saying that they had to have gotten her DNA after she met Luffy, which is, it's probably the Marvel harvest during the war, the Paramount War. They just went around collecting DNA and blood that was on the ground in the war. Could be something like that. David Cott said, my headcanon is that Hancock will see S-Snake with Luffy and believe she is the result of their love. She will believe she is now married. You think she's going to automatically think that that's their child or something? I don't think that that's going to be the case because Hancock has already had an interaction tangentially with S-Snake. We didn't really see it, but S-Snake was on Amazon Lily, and her sisters commented that it looked like Hancock. So I think that Hancock already knows. Wheezy said Lilith saying she's never been off the island just screams something bad will happen. Potentially. But it also, I don't know, it could go either way. It could be that she doesn't make it off the island and it's a Yamato situation, or it's a Carrot situation and she gets to explore the world a little bit when they go to Elbaf. Fable said, Jinbei Seraphim has no damage. Sanji let that boy beat on him until he was put in a bubble. 0 damage. Zoro beat S-Hawk casually. Cypher pulls 0 stocks in the mud. Stride stocks all-time high. Yeah. David Cott said, will Shanks still be in Elbaf? No. Probably not. I mean, that's a good place for Luffy and Shanks to meet. But I think the point of seeing Shanks on Elbaf and him getting ready to set sail is entirely because he's got something else to do in the story. So it's going to be a situation where they just missed each other. So Oda can keep us clawing for it. Do I think anyone will actually fight Kizaru, or will the entire crew leave? I want Zoro to fight Kizaru. But Luffy's face does imply that he's going to have an interaction with him. But ultimately, I want it to be Zoro's opponent. And I'd like to see Saturn get onto the island, flex, and be the person that's going to fight Luffy. But I'm very pleased that Admiral stocks are high. Like, I never saw Luffy look like that when he went up against Kaido. He was like, nah, man, I'm gonna be the Pirate King. He starts feeling the presence of Kizaru. He starts thinking back to the archipelago. Sweat beating. Fear. Kizaru over Kaido, yep. Alejandro said, prediction on who is making it off the island alive. Every Straw Hat. The Stella. Bonnie. Lilith is like a 80%. Sentomaru could die. I don't think he has... he doesn't really have a purpose beyond this. And...
Savage.
Atlas and Edison, unfortunately, are pretty disposable. Especially Atlas. Guy Fable said, should we just give Kaku a box of crayons and sit him in the corner? Hashtag CP0 all-time low. Hashtag Admirals up. Yeah. Kaku, you're gonna have to sit this one out, man. Just, you know, get back into the cage, eat some leaves. Man's an awakened giraffe. He's looking like that. But it's good too because it does show that they're a threat, right? The Seraphim is still a threat, even though Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro, and Lucci for that matter, you know, handedly took care of them. But at least some of the crew was having an issue with them. Shout out to Emil, said, when Vivi returns, she bringing Wapple with her. Technically?
Savage.
Technically, but I mean, it's... I still feel like Oda is setting it up for big news, Wapple and Vivi to pull up to Egghead. So that, because they're tapping everything. We're getting very close to the 1000th chapter anniversary of Vivi's introduction. Oda's not going to miss that opportunity. What Wapple's role in the story going forward is the question. What is that going to be? But he's that guy that's just going to be really annoying, you know. He's the new Caribou, which, speaking of which, we don't know what Caribou is, but he's the guy that they would tie up on the ship if he ended up on the ship. David Cott said, is the Yanta Maria flag foreshadowing that the Grand Fleet, or at least Orlumbus, will participate in the Egghead incident? Yanta Maria flag. Like just like a 4 flag. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I knew there was a 4 in it, but it's a skull that looks like it's breaking out of an egg. That's a fun thought. Sanji putting in Bonnie love triangle. I mean, if you know, if anybody's shipping Sanji and Bonnie, that Those stocks are at a unprecedented high for 1 week only. What is going on with you, Meal, in the chat? Dizza, what are you doing? Zori said, hey, Randy in chat, y'all think that Pudding might be on the Blackbeard ship? Is in the idea that Blackbeard might want some memories from Vegapunk. It'd be easier to bring Pudding to Vegapunk than kidnapping Vegapunk. I mean, it depends on whose memories he wants. That's the thing. But anything is possible, but I think that Pudding was kind of confirmed to have been with Blackbeard, so it would have to be a situation where Blackbeard himself and the crew that he was with after washing the Heart Pirates went to Egghead physically. Stand by, guys. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have: patience. Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
sorry about that, guys. Had to do a quick hurricane check. Yeah, we got the hurricane, Hurricane Hillary happening. Things are kinda. Things are wet for sure, but we're still okay. Got Rocket Man on standby. Did I watch One Piece Day yet? The live stream from One Piece Day? Yeah, we did that on stream. Imagine Uzumaki Khan in the chair. Those figures would all fall off the shelves. Yeah, they would. One slight shake. One slight shake. They're all over the place. How's the strike going? Any progress? I mean, the AMPTP, the organization of the studios, has been at least meeting with the guild. So, hoping to have some sort of a resolution to the writer's strike soon, but who knows, right? And then still got SAG after that. Catching up in the chat here during chair piece. Give a note of my notes. Dizza said, "Oh my god, Yumila, I dripped taco juice on my phone and it banned you." Oh man. Is your meal back, or do I have to do something? Do I have to go? Oh no, yeah, he's there. He's free. All right. Am I SAG and WGA? I am. I am in both. Shout out to Barry, who said, "Don't forget that Randy has a donation link and figures for sale in the description of the stream. Show support for the captain." Thank you, Barry. Yes, that is down below. Have been sending some figures and statues, and I've been updating that periodically and personalizing things. If you let me know that you bought something. Meals back and taco free. Fable said, "I wish I saw more day actors put in front of the strike. Watching someone who's making millions of dollars talk about it doesn't hit the same." Well, see, the thing is the day-to-day, just regular 9 to 5 actor and writer, we are on the picket lines, but we appreciate when those top guys, the millionaires, the ones that are performing at the highest level, come and show support, because that's what the news outlets will actually cover. And then, the court of public opinion sways in our favor because, they like Jack Black was out there. It's like, oh, well, people like Jack Black. Jack Black's fighting for, what we're fighting for. There's been a lot of people. But it's one of the ones that I saw covered a lot. August One Piece Day 23. Watch it. Oh, is this something that just happened? Noel said, I don't think Vegapunk will know the password. It'll be that Straw Hat plan. Lucky blunder again. I mean, I liked what someone said earlier. I don't think I read it out loud, but I scrolled by it, that the password is something food related. And then, it ends up being something like Luffy actually guesses it because it's food related. Like, that would be something different and fun, and, we get to see Luffy be the smart guy for once. Because York is an idiot, right? So it just, that... I really like that. The password is password. Vegapunk's trying all these like random combinations, like, hashtag parentheses ZXF @ greater than, and it's just like, no, denied, and then it's just password. It's meat. I'm hungry. Dak is in agreement. He said the passcode thing will 1 trillion zillion % end up as a joke in some way. E equals MC squared. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there anything worth watching in that stream, Chin? Alex ID said this was such a good chapter. Kizaru, Skypea mentioned, which it was when we initially landed the ship there as well. A snake-loving Luffy through lineage, Vivi listening in on Luffy's call with the world government. Yep. Elbaf, Lucci confirmed still bad. Need that. Do not need Lucci redeemed at all. Going through the chapter again because I want to look at all of the moments with Lucci. I want to see what this man's doing, and on the sides here. He really looks like he's just lounging, but. Oh, wait, we actually see in this chapter where he gives a transmission. Kaku says to him, "What's that, Lucci?" And then he says, "Talking to myself." He was not talking to himself. Absolutely not talking to himself. Matt's in the chat. What's up, brother? Finally getting into 1090 here. Loving the PTSD at the end of the chapter. Going to Elbaf. It's 1,000 chapters soon from Little Garden. So it only makes sense. Fable said Matt lurking. Matt said always. Chaotic Alexa, I hope we get a drip change for the Straw Hats. Me too. I only like a few of the fits. And Sanji needs to change first, immediately. Emil said, so only the male satellites die? Well, only 2 of the... I mean, they're robots and clones. Do they have gender? But I don't know. I could see Atlas dying. I could see Edison dying. The only one that I'm really sure is probably not going to die in this arc is the actual Stella. And Lilith has a high probability of making it to Elbaf as well. Matt said you've been cooking the chapter number theory forever. And it's... I mean, it's coming through with dividends. But gotta properly formulate it. I've got bias against Atlas. I do. I not my favorite Vegapunk satellite. by a mile. Thanks, Barry. I'm just here to talk about the chapter. So what's your thoughts on 1090, Matt? Jacob said, sad Shaka's gone if it was cold. Oh yeah, Shaka was a drip god. Confirmed dead. One of the most surprising things in this chapter for me is just this Bonnie thing where she's talking about Sanji. I just want the lead up to it. What prompted that? Oh, Sanji claiming the fit, pulling it off Shaka's cold body? Now, Sanji would look good in that jacket, though. Jen said, I don't like Mega Man. Yeah, I like Mega Man. I just don't like Atlas. Barry said the Sanji effect. Fiery heart. Yep. Matt said, excited to go to Elbaf. Glad Oda remembered Robin after forgetting her last chapter. I'm mad that he off-screened her fight, though. That was my first initial reaction. I'm like, okay, so she is in a state of disarray. Chopper, who was with her, needed to patch her up. Chopper looks fine, though. What was Chopper doing? Robin had a hard-fought battle that Oda off-screened. After not having her fight anybody for over 15 years, we finally get the Black Maria thing. She has another fight. Hard-fought. We don't see it. We just hear about it. It's like, hey, it was cool though. I'm not gonna see it, but it was cool. Alexa thinks we'll get the fight in a flashback. I don't know if we will at this point. I don't know if there's... At this stage, I don't know what we gain by actually getting the flashback of everything that happened. But there's a lot of interesting character things that happened, like this Bonnie scene that I really want context on. We already got a flashback within the chapter of how Luffy got S-Snake to depetrify everybody. So Oda is peppering the flashbacks in, but they're not... He's not seeing the worth and the value of showing us everything. He's letting us fill in the gaps so he can get to chapter 1100 and have happen what he wants to have happen. Matt said, I was like, was I in a coma? Did I miss a chunk of this arc? Hello? We all did. Matt said, is this the most concentrated off-screen fights and events ever? I think so, dude. Outside of, 3D2Y, this is, we just had, we had the post-time skip. Robin legitimately had her nothing happened moment, and we didn't see it. Nothing happened. Emil said, Sentomaro versus Kizaru. What are the odds for nephew? 0. And Sentomaro, holds no value for, the rest of the series, so he could totally die in this arc also. TV in the Attic thinks that something will happen later in Egghead that forces us to see what happened in the night before today. Yeah, I mean, I could see something like that, but I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the fights. It's going to be like Oda explaining an ass pull, a thing that's fresh in my mind because it was just in the episode. It could be something like the Raizo water thing, which I've always defended, even though we still should have had a scene in Zo of Raizo clocking the rain eruption. Not saying, hey, can I have this water, but just seeing it. And so there might be something here where we have to go back in time a little bit to see okay, what did Caribou do? Did the Blackbeard Pirates get inside? What did they do? But actually spending more than 2 pages on some of these fights that happened, I just don't see it happening at this point, because we're going to get into a whole bunch of other fights. But now that Robin is messed up, it seems like, she probably won't have another fight this arc. Matt said the Void 12 hours, now the biggest mystery in the series. Yeah, I don't care about God Valley. I don't care about Laugh Tale. I don't care about anything with the Void history. I need the Void 12 hours. What's up? Silver's in the chat. Fable said, I don't think we're getting those fights. Oda skipped them to save time, not for a narrative reason. Exactly. There's nothing... Nothing happened. Yes, Jin. The Robin fight over God Valley and the Void history. To make her look like that? Yes. I want to see my Straw Hats struggle. And then triumph through that struggle. I don't want... Alright, we're about to fight. Man, that was a great fight. Whew. Took some damage, but we won. I want to see it. That's it. Hit a button. Give me a dopamine spike.
Woo!
Surprise, motherfucker.
Together we're stronger. Together we're stronger.
All I can hope is that Matt's watching like this now. That's it. It's less about story being in the fights, which we don't know, but more about here's a bunch of characters in peril. And we're just all Gucci, huh? Yeah, exactly. It's not, like, we didn't get to talk about it, but the last panel of 1089 was one of the worst things that I think Oda's done in a really long time. And it's exactly that reason. And I talked about it a lot in the last stream and in the last video, but it was just, you set up all of this danger. Frankie getting petrified, Usopp getting petrified, Lilith getting petrified, Pythagoras getting killed, Shaka getting killed, Snake about to go on this hunt. Literally, those are the words, right? Vegapunk's captured. Hawk is on the loose. Bonnie's in the paw room. Zoro's got to find Hawk. Sanji versus, Shark. Brook went into his soul form to see something. Like, I thought we were going to get things like Zoro running into the paw room, having interactions with Bonnie. Robin getting down to the bottom floor, finding Vegapunk, having an interaction with York. Hawk getting down there as well, and then that's where the fight happens or something. Then we could have had a situation where Kaku finds Robin first, and then that's why Kaku gets all hurt, because Kaku is actually protecting Robin, and then that would have been something interesting, right? But instead it's just like, hey, we're cool, we're good. Man, that was great. Wow, what a 12 hours, guys. I was mad. Yeah, I get the power of the splash panel. It said if 1090 went back and showed us what happened. Yeah. But even then, you've defeated and just mitigated all of the tension, because we already know that everybody's fine. So, and I mean, there's ways to still do that also. I don't know. I would have had York have the conversation with the Gorosei and have us think that York beat everybody, right? Go back in time, get to that moment, then see the perspective from the 1089 end panel. And then it's like, this whole time, she was being manipulated on the phone. And then we get to that moment and we earn it. But instead it was just like, hey, I know I was everywhere else for a while. Hachinosu, here, there, everywhere. I know you've been missing the Straw Hats. You haven't seen them in months. Here's a win. I get that. But it's just not the payoff of all the trouble that there's. Lose tension, but get crew badassery. And that's necessary too. I did say that. I was like, hey, look. I love seeing, my boy flex his Yonko status. Emperor activity. Need more of it. But could have earned it. Silver said, did you talk about how the black transponders only have an island's range, so Vivi is likely on Elbaf with Morgans? I mean, that feeds agenda, because I need Vivi and Elbaf, because she was in Little Garden. I did not talk about that. And I actually forgot that detail. The black transponder snails have a limited range. Matt said, if we get a season 2, it will just be that missing section of Egghead. Just confuse readers. Watchers, I mean. The void 12 hours will be explained in an SBS, said DK. Fable said, Oda has a lot of discipline when he's holding back on ideas to reveal them later or build narratives over hundreds of chapters, but has zero discipline when it comes to finishing minor fights. No, this is the same thing that happened at the end of Wano. It's the same thing that's been happening a lot in the post-time skip. We are 10 chapters away from a milestone number. So Oda realized that there's a bunch of stuff that he wanted to do, but he knows that he wants specifically something to happen at chapter 1100. And in order to get to that moment and do what he wants to do before that moment, which is probably dragon related, because it's 1,000 chapters after chapter 100, he had to skip all of that stuff. He's going to speed run the next 10 chapters here through all of this stuff. Silver said Morgan's was either on Winter Island, which, no, he's not going to be where Blackbeard is. He would want Morgan's info, and Elbaf is the only safe hiding spot from the world government and under the protection of an emperor. I mean, that's a great idea, and I've been saying Vivi and Elbaf, even without the crew also, because if Dory and Bragi are still there, they'll be able to protect her as well if any sort of trouble would befall them there. But I think Morgan's is going to want a front row seat to everything that's happening. Plus, they're in a blimp, so they don't necessarily need to be, his airship. So they don't necessarily need to be on an island, particularly. They can be in the air, in the airspace of everything. And considering, it's been 12 to 24 hours since the last time we saw them anyway, they could be very close. Farrell said, if Luffy's not in Gear 5 fighting, there's no real danger, and Luffy wasn't in Gear 5 before he left, so that tension wasn't real. That said, if that's true, that's a problem. Fable said, we know Oda will quickly move on from an idea if he has a better one he wants to get to. It's a pattern. He probably is just excited to draw Elbaf. He is. Fable. I know you've been waiting. Emil said the plan is to fly away. Well, guess who's in the sky? It's about to get spicy. Killer Comedy, what's up? Alejandro said Oda got a small taste with Shanks and now wants to draw more. Yeah, but I don't think Shanks is going to be there. Little garden. Oh, yeah. DK said, I also like how everyone knew that Luffy was going to tell the Gorosei, I'll be king of the pirates. So obvious. It not only so good, but so necessary. They finally have a way to communicate with these people. Shout out to Killer Comedy with the 5 gift memberships.
Together we're stronger. Together we're stronger.
Appreciate you, Killer Comedy. W's in the chat. But yeah, this is the first time that they've had an opportunity to talk to the Gorosei. This was necessary, even if it was obvious. It needed to happen. But now I just need Kizaru to prove exactly what kind of menace he is. Centaur thinks he's got the greatest defense in the world, but if he really does, then make him the main character. So he's got to go down. A Luffy versus Kizaru fight looks like it's going to happen. Sun versus Light, even though I would rather it be Zoro versus Kizaru. What is going to force Saturn to make a move, though? I really thought Saturn was going to come in and throw down. Instead, he just wants to sit down. Shout out to Kaki09, member for 3 months. Said, I need that Kuma backstory ASAP. Yeah, another thing we skipped past. There's a lot of meat to be had, to play with like just Zoro and Bonnie's relationship, and I really wanted to explore that, but instead it seems like Oda wants to go down a Bonnie and Sanji path, which is weird. I'm okay with it, but we've already set up a bunch of stuff for Zoro. Barry said, I think if Saturn gets a clear shot of Luffy, Robin and Vegapunk, he wouldn't hesitate to take his shot. Yeah.
You loyal.
Matt said, also, off-screening the Seraphim kind of reduces their threat if they're supposed to be an end game important. Yeah, that's another thing I was saying. You already had these Pacifista Mark IIIs, right? If you wanted to set up something to seem important and then break it down, like you have those. But the Seraphim are supposed to, that's why we don't need the warlords now. Nope. Off-screened. This great threat off-screen. Don't like, the pacing is not favorable. Gotta see them, really be menaces here. Mark said it seems like Seraphim aren't endgame. Endgame is Marijoa, Holy Knights, Elders. Well, yeah. There's going to be that. That's it, sure, but they were set up to be a part of the world government endgame. This is their whole point. Cool, I guess. Well, I mean, the other thing too is we know that the hierarchy goes to the Gorosei, right? So they can get out of those bubbles and be a threat that no one can overturn because Saturn is there. Until someone else comes and shows that they have a higher authority. Right? Could that be what Dragon does in 1100? Right? Pacifistas get back up and they start working our guys because Saturn gives an order. But Vegapunk put in a failsafe so that his buddy Dragon would be able to take control of them, if anything. And then Dragon pulls up, chapter 1100, and turns the Seraphim against the 100 ships, and then that's how we get away. Shout out to Jose Martinez for joining.
Another one.
Harry said, guess we've got to just let Oda keep cooking. As we do. He's taking another break to continue the chef in here. He said, Harry, my plate is still held out to feed me. Keep cooking, chef. We do need the Robin fights, Jim. We need them. Beat Gamer said, would be crazy if Dragon has the ultimate authority chip. Would make the Seraphim and Revs a great opponents for the God's Knights. Yeah. And I like the idea of God's Knights. I know a bunch of people are like, oh, another faction and everything. But it's, when we get to Marijoa, there's going to be so many people that have turned to our side that we need people that are still evil. It said, I just realized this is a battle between the real sun versus artificial light, real versus fake, truth versus the lies, Luffy versus the government. This battle will show the world who Luffy is. I mean, that would be, that would make all of this worth it if we come out of it and that's what's reported. That's what big news is able to tell the world. But if we get out of this without Luffy, like, kind of turning Saturn into, like, a Bluno, I'll be a little disappointed. Saturn, as far as the Gorosei are concerned, is the furthest planet from the sun. So if we're going to power scale him, it's probably the weakest one. So if Luffy has a problem with him, if he is a problem, shows the threat we have to go up against later on. That's kind of cool. Unless the Seraphim become enemies from Crossguild or something, since they face their twins. Well, I mean, it was implied that the other three Seraphim are after the Cross Guild. I do want to see what happens with that. Not have it off screen, but hey, they're not the main characters, so that'll probably get off screen. Verified simp, be careful. Happy to help in some small way. Let's see. Robbie Sheeny said, if the revolutionaries do storm Egghead, do you think there's a chance to take interest in the giant robot? Especially if Gear 5 is somehow a compatible power source. Son and all. I think the robot has to play a role. It's obviously important. Oda is stressing the importance. It's as old as the Void Century and was repowered 200 years ago and stormed Marijoa. We need more context. I need, more of Robin's thoughts on it. Shouldn't say cook anything, just not off screen. Did I enjoy the parallel with Borsellino and Sentomaru after Kizaru? I think you mean Kuzan and Garp. They were both introduced with some sort of family ties. I do like it, and I thought it was very interesting that we saw Kizaru kind of deny an order from the Gorosei. He's not just like a complete shill that is just like, as you wish. He's like, I could do that, but I just want you to know what's going to happen if I do it. And that's interesting, and it also showed, a sense of humanity. Like, hey, I kind of like this guy. I'll take him out if you want, but I'd rather not. So he may go easy on Sentomaru here, but he's definitely going to put him down. What's up, Max? Said Koala becomes a Gundam pilot, confirmed. She's gonna hop into the robot. I mean, that'd be cool. I'm okay with that. Shout out to Maxo. He said, anyone catch that Eni's lobby callback with Nami saying "Bring it on" and Robin having a sweet moment? To them declaring war against the government. Let's see, I'm going back to that part now.
Savage.
I'm not even finding that part, Max. I mean, if we're just talking about when she attacks York and then, we see the sweet face that Robin makes after that, I like that. But I mean, just with having Lucci Kaku and, going up against the world government, you've got some classic Eni's lobby vibes anyway. But it's mostly Archipelago. This can't be Eni's lobby 2.0. Soge King's missing. We haven't seen him since then either. But he's here. He's in our hearts. He's in our hearts. He's always here. Chat's looking like a mob meeting. We're eating pretty good. I mean, I don't like the off-screen stuff, but I'm excited for what we're gonna get into. Maxo said, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But since it was York talking about O'Hara and Nami immediately saying Bria, I gotcha. Yeah. No, I love seeing the Straw Hats defend each other. You know, and the positive side of all of this is that we've cut straight to our Straw Hats together. And you know, that's the wholesome part of all of it. That's the part that I really enjoy. That's the thing that I liked about this. You know, and now that I'm like even looking more into this panel right above where Lucci is talking to himself, you can see Nami continuing to hit York. Like Zoro looks like he's about to step in. And I love that. I didn't notice Nami doing that before. While Bonnie and Luffy just stuff their faces. Yeah. That's a wholesome moment with Ramen. Max said, I'm sure we'll get the context we need without having like a Punk Hazard type choreography for 10 chapters. You're okay with the skip stuff? I'm okay with some of the skip stuff. Not everything. Would Law and Kid make a comeback? Will Vegapunk give Law a new submarine? That's interesting. Kid control the Iron Giant. Wow. I don't want Kid in the story anymore. Like, I'm totally fine with him just never returning. I don't see the purpose for him. Oda would have to, you know, show me the purpose. But, I mean, that would be a cool thing for him to do. Well, it definitely needs a submarine. But if he's on his way to Empty Bluffs, then he can just ride on Cross Guild's new buggy ship. He is a warlord after all. I don't like Magneto from X-Men. I do like Magneto. Magneto is great. Kid is okay. Nami's Inner Conqueror's coming out. Killer Comedy gets it. So, I mean, this chapter's been out for like over a week now. What's been the big talk on the streets about it? How's everybody feeling? What's everybody getting ready for? Kid-in-law formed the Lonkos team. Oh man. Probably said a lot of people are scoffing at the idea of it being Kizaru that Luffy's talking about. They just don't believe it. These are the power scalers, I imagine. They look at Kizaru, they think of Luffy who just beat Kaido. They see his PTSD, and it's just
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
has to be somebody else, right? It's Kizaru. This man put the Straw Hats down 2 years ago. One of the only people to ever do that. He couldn't see his friends for 2 years because of this man. It's payback time. Gonna get a few good hits in. Saturn's gonna show up. Gonna see there's a bigger threat. Zoro's gonna come in and get his revenge on Kizaru. That's what I want. That said, we need Law back. I don't know who Kid is. I'm fine with Law back, but I don't need him with the Straw Hats. Put him with the Cross Guild, put him with Sword, put him somewhere else. I need a breather from him with the Straw Hats. Love Law, but he eats up the screen time. He's got it's the Vegeta effect. So if he ends up with like a different group, then it's fun. Put him in Impel Down. Have him lead the Impel Down breakout. Lots of people are saying it's going to be Luffy versus Kizaru. I'm hoping it's the group versus Kizaru at least. Reversal of their first encounter. That's awesome. I love that. If it's a situation where the crew has to get together, Vegapunk gives them all the photonic gloves and they're all boxing with Kizaru. Now that's fun. Turn it into like a Ors style fight. That would be Ascension right there. I'm ascending thinking about it. That's a Cross Guild Law. Okay, Randy, I like. Get all of the warlords together. Come on. Look, I have wanted premium Law and Buggy interactions since the moment Law used his powers. It's the first thing I said. Wow. I need to see this guy do this to Buggy and it doesn't work. And they kind of already set Law and Buggy up at the end of Wano anyway. Because Law was the only one that was just like, wow, this guy's got to be the real deal if he's an emperor. Feed gamer spitting. Lafitte got into Marigeau without anybody noticing. If anybody can get into the dome, it's the Blackbeard Pirates. Yeah, we have no idea what Lafitte's ability is. Oda's been hiding it for a reason, so they could very well be in there. But I'm not buying into the idea that this Bonnie switch up is because Bonnie is Devon. I like the idea at first, but I don't think that's going to be the case. There you go, man.
Someone cooked here.
chef emote would go brazy. We do. We have the chef emote. We got the chef Sanji. And we've got someone cooked here on the soundboard.
Savage.
Seal Vlad Ivanovici said, I know it won't happen, but I'd love for Luffy to win over S Flamingo by becoming a big brother to him. Are you suggesting that the real Doflamingo just needed someone to be nice to him? He just needed someone to put his arm around him and say, hey, look, I got you. I don't know if that's Dofi's MO. I think if what we're seeing with S Hawk relates to Doflamingo, the S Flamingo is going to be just as sadistic. He's going to have the Ito Ito no Mi string fruit, but he's still going to be like just shooting people. Shout out to Sword Egg who said, how are those LA tacos treating you, Randy? LA is great. I mean, we're dealing with Hurricane Hillary right now, so won't be going out for tacos today. Do we think we'll see S Mingo's eyes? Do we need to? York, I want to be a celestial dragon. S Flamingo. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Flamingo's just Dofi's just hurting inside. That's it. Brandon's thinking York could join Blackbeard's crew. We've talked about that. Because then we get a Straw Hat Blackbeard matchup. Greedy Cat Burglar versus Greedy Vegapunk. Difference being Nami puts her first. That's interesting. And then it would be Robin versus Devon. I mean, I still like the idea of Robin versus Devon. Feet versus Nami, though. Dofi really needs that talk no jutsu. Real question is what's going to happen with Dofi's eyes if he ever sees Gear 5 Luffy. They're going to pop out, but there's still going to be the sunglasses. It has been suggested that Bonnie might be Katarina Devon, but here's the thing. Devon would specifically have to know about Bonnie's love of pizza. So that's literally my debunk reason. The fact that Bonnie is talking about pizza tells me that it's probably not Devon. Look at this Bonnie figure I have. It has pizza. It's Bonnie. Bonnie loves pizza. It's not Devon. Maxis said, considering Katarina's whole thing is like obsessing over and killing beautiful women, I don't think that it's unreasonable. Yeah, I get it. And I mean, it's not unreasonable. But There's just some specificity here. But you know what? Actually, what would be funny? Like, let's play Bonnie as Katarina Devon, right? Katarina Devon is drawn to not be a beautiful woman, right? That's the idea. She kills beautiful women because she doesn't see herself in them. So she transforms, she changes, now she can become a beautiful woman. Like, that's the whole idea, right? So here's this, wicked witch looking character, and now she is the one that is completely obsessed with Sanji. He's pretty cool, huh? A good cook, a good fighter, Mr. 2 all over again, right? But this time it's actually a woman. And Oda would go for the gag of Sanji not being attracted to Devon, but Devon is head over heels over Sanji. So from that perspective, then, yeah, I could see it. But that pizza line, I still want hormone S crocodile. Fable said Sanji would tell Katarina that she's beautiful. Boom, new ally. Pudding all over again. Wow, your eye is beautiful. The mole on your nose is so great. It's possible too. Fable said, "Will Usopp trick York this arc?" I mean, that's fun. I love that. I mean, if she gets free, then, that's definitely Usopp's opponent right there. That or the Marine that I named Mannequin. He only fights women. It's Usopp's thing. Brandon said, "I've heard people bringing up the argument. That if Devon kills pretty women, she likely wouldn't want to become one. She'd take a man's appearance." I don't know. Shout out to Sword Egg, who said, "Can we talk about how Lucci was being a creep towards Stussy this chapter?" I'll have to go back and a little deeper into that, because I didn't catch that on the read.
Savage.
See that Stussy scene. We'll probably start wrapping up here. Can't even find the page. I remember her being in the chapter. She had a line. I can't even find it now. Oh, here it is. We're completely surrounded on all sides, Stella. There are 100 ships of various sizes. Lucci looking at Stussy and her saying, "Oh, don't give me that look." I mean, could it be interpreted as Lucci like checking her out or something? Maybe. But I think it's also like, keep in mind, right? I know it's been like a year since the chapter, but they fought. You know, she betrayed Lucci, bit him in the neck, went full, succubus, and knocked him out. So they're not on good terms. So I don't think that this is him being a creep. I think this is him being upset that he got played in the same way that he's played other people. So she hit him with the Water 7 Iceberg Uno reverse. So that's all that is. Yeah, Alejandro. Beal says, personal speculation, but I believe Katarina's fruit allows to look into the persona of who she likes as an upgraded line. I mean, that would be broken. Like, if you're able to get memories or different things about somebody. I think the upgrade is more that she probably doesn't have to touch a person to transform or touch herself in order to transform. Robbie Sheeny said, do you think we'll see Marco and Bakin show up to Egghead before 1100? No, because they're going to Impel Down to break out Weevil, so they're not going to go to Egghead at all. Eric Beltry said, I really want to see the crew decked out with innovative tech. I mean, I think that that's something that's being set up here with Frankie disclosing that he uses cola. I feel like Vegapunk's going to be able to give Frankie like that renewable energy source that we've been waiting for him to get since it was foreshadowed by Sanji on Wano. Please don't split the crew again. Well, we're definitely not gonna get like a 3D2Y split, but I mean, we've already got this chapter already gave us 2 teams. We've got the guys who are getting the ship and everybody that's still inside right now. This is a Final Fantasy IX, giving me my full party all the time. I mean, I really like the idea that was brought up before of like a tag team, like a full crew against Kizaru. Like that would be one of the most fun things. Everybody bouncing him around. Vegapunk gives them all the tech to fight him. That might be like my favorite thought to come out of the entire stream. Oh, we're talking final. We're talking Fast and Furious now. It works for both, right? I think that's what the chat's getting into. We need the family and the full party. Fast and Furious movies, they're just One Piece movies, guys. Family. It's just Vin Diesel walking around saying Nakama. Nakama. You know, you watch the Japanese dub of them, that's all he's saying. It's like a One Piece episode. Vin Diesel, yep. Now the chat's peaked. Fable said Dom Toretto still rocking the black white beater with balled up fists back to back with Cloud. Fable said Vin Diesel is waiting for us in Elbaf. Trust. He's the man marked by flames. It's marked by nitrous.
Savage.
He's the librarian of Ohara. We just, we get to Elbaf and it's just Vin and Ludacris and it's like, we've been waiting for you. Tyrese pulls out a bunch of books. Get reading. Gotta brush up. We gotta brush up before this fight. Yeah. Tyrese is the Usopp. Luda's the Frankie. Eric said, I think a true teamwork style fight would be a fun concept for Oda to draw. Imagine the Vegapunk tech plus the Straw Hats all being affected by Luffy tunes. Look, that would turn this arc into just peak. Just the very top. It would put it in like top 5 conversations. We, we're really getting just this Yonko crew operating at the highest level in synchrony. That's wait, Eric, hold on. Gear 5 affecting the Straw Hats in a final battle could be it. Luffy's dream could be wanting all of his friends to be free. Gear 5 is all about freedom. You're onto something. Straw Hats all with Looney Tunes versions of their abilities. Let's take it a step further, right? My Tamate Bako pill theory, right? So, what if Joy Boy was able to operate his awakening to affect his teammates, right? So, powers up, gives everybody Luffy tunes. They all get white hair, red eyes, all of that. They go into battle. Sulong. Your awakening literally affects other people. But some people got jealous and they wanted to recreate that, so they made the pills. So you get the power, you get the white hair, you get the red eyes, but you don't get the Toon Force, which is which would be the reason why it's probably some sort of a failure. That could be interesting. Those pills got to tie in. Got to. I'm waiting for them to. Toonami gonna be Yosemite Sam. Joy Boy was the support and tank of the Void Sentry game. Maybe Luffy Tunes removes the drawbacks for others, however horribly affects the user of the fruit. I'd love to just see a situation where, you know, maybe we tease it here, right? Where Luffy's fighting tag team with someone, and then they just start to, like, get the effects of Luffy's ability. And then it's like, you know, we all clock, like, wait, he's affecting them. Like, can he do this on a mass scale? Like, that's... Now we're cooking. We're building. We're building here.
Someone cooked here.
We're cooking. But his dream was supposed to be something he could only achieve once he became Pirate King. Freedom for his friends doesn't make sense. It could. No one is free until everyone's free. He has to be king for that. If he's the king, he gets to decide what freedom is. I mean, it's a fun what if. Pills, hero water, hyper potion, yep. I hit the button. I hit it. I don't abuse the button. I use it when it's needed. But let's see here. All right, we've been winding down. I think that's a fun thing to end the stream on. I like that. I feel like we gotta cook a little more on that one, but that's fun. Yeah, break next week. As long as the chapter doesn't completely leak super early like it did this week, we'll do a theory for theory. We were supposed to do one with Morge last Sunday, but I canceled it because the chapter came out, and being unable to talk about the live action and the chapter was a disservice to Morge and you guys. So at least chapter doesn't leak, we can talk about One Piece. So I'll reach out to him. Hey, Vern. What's up, man? Yeah, so Morge maybe next Sunday. I'll talk to him now that I know that it's a break. Or wait for Morge till the next break. I don't know. We'll see how things go. That's the plan for now. Talk about Chainsaw Man to Morge. Well, I mean, he's caught up and I'm not. So. I'm only on volume 9. Let's see. The new OP ending is basically post-Wano. Yeah, but I love it. That new ending's great. I can't wait for the opening. But that's gonna wrap things up, guys. Look out for the analysis. You know, we'll formulate our ideas, get that out. Now that all of the computer issues, I believe, are all sorted out, I'm going to be able to get back to editing. So I'm going to get back to work on Reassemble Joy Boy and Cross-Kill Davy back and some of the other videos I've been working on. So we're back in action here. And appreciate my boy Matt for dropping in and talking One Piece with us. Eric said, glad I was able to watch most of the stream today. Also happy to see the thoughts on the team fight against Kizaru. Yeah, no, that was a great idea, Eric. W's, like, comment, subscribe if you're feeling the vibe, and we'll all talk soon.
I've been swimming deep, deep. Savage.